Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to yet another episode of As the Transfer Window Turns, where Manchester United tries to sign a striker without breaking the bank or their remaining dignity. Victor Osimhen, the man, the myth, the braided nightmare of Serie A defenders. And now, he's flirting with Manchester United like it's 2013 again. Except this time there's no Sir Alex, just spreadsheets, desperation, and Rasmus Højlund might still come good Copium. So, will United land their dream striker? Or will Chelsea, Juventus, and Galatasaray's vice president all jump into the group chat with better offers and Wi-Fi? Buckle up. 1. The transfer math. £300,000? Nah. Try £196,000 and a prayer. First, the headline said, Osimhen wanted £300,000 a week. Then Fabrizio Romano showed up like the transfer Gandalf he is, saying, "You shall not lie." Apparently, Osimhen's wage demands were actually just under £200,000, which, for United fans, is a massive win, because they were one tweet away from offering him part ownership of Old Trafford just to get him in the door. United are like a guy negotiating rent in London. "Can you do £1,000? Landlord says, "No." And now he's trying to convince his landlord that exposures is valuable. Fabrizio Romano correcting the wage rumor was like watching a teacher tell a kid their essay was just chat GPT and vibes. £196,000 per week at United. That's a downgrade for Osimhen, but at least he gets to play alongside Harry Maguire's first touch and Bruno Fernandes referee arguments. Manchester United wages are like Black Friday deals. The price is still ridiculous, but technically lower than last week. At this point, United are just hoping Osimhen says yes because he likes rainy Tuesdays and Project Football. And let's be honest, United negotiating down to £196,000 a week doesn't mean they're smart, it just means they're broke with pride. They're trying to act like bargain hunters while shopping in the luxury aisle. It's like bringing a calculator to a Gucci store and asking for Klarna. 2. The striker crisis. Højlund, Zirkzee and Vibes FC. Why do United want Osimhen? Because their last two striker experiments, Højlund and Zirkzee, looked like FIFA regen players with zero chemistry. You know it's bad when Anthony Martial's ghost still haunts the number 9 shirt. Osimhen scored 37 goals and 8 assists at Galatasaray. That's right, Galatasaray. Meanwhile, Zirkzee got confused and thought assists were a form of taxation. Højlund scored goals last season, just never when it actually mattered. He's the striker equivalent of a weather forecast. All hype, no delivery. Zirkzee came in as the cool Dutch baller, left as the fashionably anonymous backup. United's attack was so bad, even their XG gave up and started calculating for the other team. Osimhen is basically that kid who scores hat tricks at lunchtime. United just need someone who remembers what a goal looks like. If United had Osimhen last season, they might have scored before the 80th minute. Revolutionary stuff. United fans spent most match days watching their strikers like parents at a school play, clapping politely while quietly wondering if football is really their calling. It wasn't a front three, it was more like a support group for finishing anxiety. 3. The wage panic. Sancho flashbacks incoming. But wait. Some United fans are nervous. They say Osimhen is just another Sancho waiting to happen. Expensive, dramatic, and allergic to coaching instructions. One post literally called him another Sancho with braids. That's not analysis. That's trauma. Sancho ruined high-wage transfers for every winger, striker, and Manchester United fan with a memory. Osimhen could arrive, score 20 goals, and some fan would still tweet, but does he track back like Weghorst? United's new motto, trust the process, but only if it's cheap and well-behaved. They're treating Osimhen like a Tinder date. He's hot, but what if he ghosts us mid-season? News flash, not every expensive player has to be Sancho. Sometimes they're just Pogba with different PR. United fans are now paranoid about bad attitudes like they're running a monastery, not a football club. 4. Chelsea, Juventus, and the transfer Hunger Games. Of course, United aren't the only ones in this race. Chelsea are lurking like that annoying friend who always copies your homework but still gets a better grade. Juventus fans? Oh, they're confident. Mostly because they think United will fumble this harder than Maguire on a counterattack. Chelsea see a striker in the market and start bidding like it's eBay. Doesn't matter if they need him, they'll buy first and think later. Juventus think they've got Osimhen locked in. That's cute. They still think Serie A is the center of football. Galatasaray fans are like, he said he loves us. Meanwhile, Osimhen's agent is on 12 different Zoom calls. If this were Love Island, United would be the nice guy Osimhen chats with before choosing Chelsea in the final episode. Paris Saint-Germain is also in the mix, because what's a transfer window without PSG hovering like a rich ant with zero impulse control? At this point, United chasing Osimhen is like a rom-com where the girl clearly deserves better, but gives them one last shot. 5. The Champions League dilemma. No UCL? No party? Here's the real issue. Manchester United are not in the Champions League. And Osimhen, he likes the Champions League the way Mbappe likes cameras a lot. So now the pitch to Osimhen is basically, hey, wanna play in the Europa League and maybe qualify next year if the stars align, and Liverpool self-destruct? Trying to convince Osimhen to join without UCL football is like inviting Beyoncé to your garage band rehearsal. Manchester United offering Europa League to Osimhen is like offering Monopoly money to pay rent. Osimhen probably asked, what's the plan? And United said, well, if Newcastle choke and Aston Villa go on vacation maybe. Champions League football is now the Tinder bio requirement of elite players. United just wrote, we're working on it. Osimhen wants to play in the Champions League knockout rounds. United fans want to stop playing in knockout stages of the FA Cup. We are not the same. 6. X reactions. From Copium to comedy gold. Social media of course has turned this into pure chaos. One user claimed Osimhen already signed a 4-year deal. Another said he's staying at Galatasaray forever. And someone else suggested he's joining Arsenal to complete the puzzle. Like it's a jigsaw, not a transfer. Every United rumor has 2 versions. Here we go, or he's going to Chelsea. There's no in between. One fan on X said Osimhen would bring the title to Old Trafford. Bro, let's try bringing goals first. Some fans are quoting Rio Ferdinand like he's an official scout. Next thing they'll ask Scholes for medical updates. Osimhen's fanbase includes United romantics, Chelsea delusionists, and one Galatasaray uncle who still thinks he'll stay because he smiled at a press conference. The internet's saying everything from he signed to he rejected United because of the food in Manchester. At this point anything goes. If you believe X rumors, Osimhen is currently playing for United, Chelsea, PSG and Nigeria at the same time. 7. The final verdict. Is it happening or nah? So where do we stand? Osimhen wants Champions League football. United want a striker. Napoli wants 60 to 75 million euros. And Fabrizio just wants to sleep. Everybody's exhausted. Will United get him? Or will they go back to the Zirkzee section of the bargain bin, hoping something magical happens? This entire saga is like a Netflix series, too many episodes, no clear ending, and we're still stuck on maybe. If Osimhen signs, expect United fans to say he always wanted to come. If he doesn't, they'll pretend they were never interested. United's transfer strategy is like online dating. Message 50 people, hope one replies. Osimhen to United is 50% tactical decision, 50% prayer circle, and 100% Twitter meltdown waiting to happen. At this point just wake us up when the here we go drops, or when United bids £70 million and forget to submit the paperwork. If Osimhen rejects United for PSG, don't worry, United still have Amad Diallo, somewhere, possibly injured, possibly a hologram. 7. The final verdict. Is it happening or nah? So where do we stand? Osimhen wants Champions League football. United want a striker. Napoli wants 60 to 75 million euros. And Fabrizio just wants to sleep. Everybody's exhausted. Will United get him? Or will they go back to the Zirkzee section of the bargain bin, hoping something magical happens? This entire saga is like a Netflix series, too many episodes, no clear ending, and we're still stuck on maybe. If Osimhen signs, expect United fans to say he always wanted to come. If he doesn't, they'll pretend they were never interested. United's transfer strategy is like online dating. Message 50 people, hope one replies. Osimhen to United is 50% tactical decision, 50% prayer circle, and 100% Twitter meltdown waiting to happen. At this point just wake us up when the here we go drops, or when United bids £70 million and forget to submit the paperwork. If Osimhen rejects United for PSG, don't worry, United still have Amad Diallo, somewhere, possibly injured, possibly a hologram. So, is Victor Osimhen the savior Manchester United desperately need, or just another name in their endless transfer heartbreak playlist? Let us know in the comments. Smash that like button like United smashing the wage cap, and subscribe before Chelsea hijacks this channel too. And remember, United may not have Champions League football, but they do have hope, hashtags, and 90-page PowerPoints on the project. See you in the next transfer twist.